Okay, so let's start. I haven't seen a real field side-by-side comparison of the Ego Generation 2 versus the new model Generation 3. So today I'm going to compare them side by side and first go over quickly about the differences of the design and the upgrade on the new version. So here we can see on the right hand side is the new version generation 3, and on the left hand side this is the Gen 2 2018 kind of a version. So by looking at the design, they are kind of similar. A few differences I like to go over here. One is the handle position. On this new one, they move this handle up to here, supposedly to be better placed for handling, and the older version is in the front. And people also talk about the clearance of the two. I will show on the bottom, see whether the cutting will be closer to the front on the newer model. One of the major upgrade, I believe, is the brushless motor on the new model. Supposed to deliver, both motor are 1000 watts power, and the brushless supposed to deliver higher torque, 7 pound-feet, while the older model is brushed motor with 5.7 pound-feet, so higher torque. So when we compare later on the cutting capability, we'll see whether there's a difference there. I also measured the wheelbase of the two, very much the same, and the wheels quality are also about similar. So then the ergonomic of the new model is supposed to be much better. By the way, the older model, for the height adjustment, there are 6 height adjustments. On the newer model there's 7 adjustments, so supposed to be a finer touch, but minimum and max are the same. So the ergonomic, actually the new one's supposed to be better. Overall height of the motor, you can see it's slightly lower, so when you go into the bush, so this might be a better feature. And meanwhile, the battery is a slanted position towards the rear, so you can see the battery condition through the window, but difficult on the older model. And also they moved this front light to here, so easier to assess. The older one actually in the front, you can see here, so it's difficult to assess. And the new model also have different battery conditions indicator on your handle, so this is nice. And also the self-propelled adjustment is bring to up to here, which is more easier. So basically you see it's a one touch for self-propel, and meanwhile you can adjust the speed almost by a single hand. So this is nice. The older one, you adjust the speed here, and you do the engage the self-propel like this. So not too much a deal. Other than that, there's some differences. You see this rubber thing in the back, this is smaller. That seems to me a little downgrade, but not a big deal either. So in real cutting, we'll show people how these compare. And then one more major thing is the cutting blade. So you can see the older model versus the newer model. Let me flip this over. So the older model is a You can see one blade, single blade, and the older model is a double blade. You can see these two. It's supposed to be better mulching. Actually, I like to compare. One is the fineness of mulching, but also important, I think, is the suction power. People are talking about the low suction power on the older model. Hopefully the new model give us slightly better on that, so to pick up leaves and so on and so forth. You can see the mounting of these blades are different. So that means you can't probably put these new blade into your older model. So if you look at how close the blade to the front, I'd say they're about the same, not too much of a difference. Here, probably to the center of the wheel, we're talking about 3-4 inches. And here to the center of the wheel, yeah, slightly narrower, probably 2-3 inches. So this is about an inch or so difference here, and maybe here we can see also there's an inch or so shorter. So yeah, the cut I think might be bring the cut closer to the front. So basically, when you hit against the wall, you know, this is a shorter distance. This is a better thing, but not by much, maybe by 1 or 2 inches. So the let's see, the self-propel, this one is driven by this gear. The motor is here. So this one is similar, so gear and the motor. So it seems like very much the same. I remember one thing on the older model, hopefully it can be improved, is the when you do the self-propelled, the older model has a slight delay, and when we do the side-by-side comparison, we'll go over that, see if the new model improve in that area. One is a slight delay, the other is when you go forward self-propel and then you stop, sometimes you can't pull back. It's kind of there's a lock mechanism. We'll see the new model if resolve that issue. I think that's kind of a bug. Hopefully the new model can resolve that. So this is very much the thing we go over here. The next thing is we want to go side by side mowering comparison. Before that, I want to adjust the blade height to be the same on both. Currently I set both on number 3, but I'm not sure they really cut the same height. So let's get a cutting and make sure they're on the same height. Hold on. Let me start the engine. Okay, by the way, the noise are about the same, I would say. You hear that? Let's try the noise on this one. Slightly louder. That might be a better thing. You know, basically higher torque, so that might be the reason. By the way, the two actually I need to grab something, I think. Hold on. Yeah, let's just do a cut on this one. Hold on. So start the engine on this one. So go a straight cut. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. I need to put on the mulch blocker here. I believe this one is on. Take a look. You see, this is the block. So make sure they're on the same exact. Let me turn off the camera quickly. Okay, I have also put on this one. So this is critical. Make sure they are all on same setup when we start to compare. Okay, let's start to do the comparison. Start the engine here, make a cut here so it goes straight. Okay, this one, let's do just the same place. Start this engine. Yeah, slightly louder, but not by much. So again, we push them side by side. Okay, so now we take a look at the cutting height. We're sure they're about the same. Yeah, I think the older model on the right is cutting taller, right? Is that true? You can see that on the side. Slightly taller, but it's okay. Slightly taller, yeah. The new one actually cut more even, right? You can see already. I'll find some denser grass place to do the real comparison, but let's leave it on for comparison purpose. You can see both are on height 3 setting, height 3 setting. Okay, so now let's do it. Find the difficult part. Let me temporarily stop this. Okay, so now I bring them up to the front where the you can see the grass are much denser. So we'll compare side by side, see the mulching, and we'll come back up to compare the what is that? The picking up, the suction power. I think that's something I really need to look for. Anyway, we can start. Here again, we still in mulching mode, no bag. Start this first. So it goes straight. You can see the noise become louder because the taller grass and denser grass. Let's try to take a look at this one. Okay, start. What is that? Okay, so we go. So a little bit noise increase also, but not by much. Sounds like it's smoother. Again, we come back to look at the cutting on both lines here. You can see they're side by side. Overall, it seems like the mulching on the new model is better. You see that it's cleaner. The older model left a lot of clumps of grass. You see that? So I think this is nice. Here we only see a little bit on the wheel side, and you can see the cutting is like an inch also. Let's compare this one. This one is also about an inch, slightly longer, an inch and a half, maybe less than 2 inches. But it seems to me definitely this one, the older one, left more debris there, which is no good, which is actually always preventing me from using the mulching mode. I always try to pick up the grass because of this. You know, you left these things on the grass. First of all, the they are not good for the grass growing because they cover sunlight. And secondly, when they dry out, the grass looks yellowish. So now we compare the pickup power. Let's see where we have leaves. Unfortunately, the leaves are all gone, but we can pick up grass, okay? No problem. Let's try to mount this on. Oh, pull out the this thing first, and then mount this bag. Okay, cool. So this is nice. Make a U-turn. So this time we can pick up this one. Let's get rid of these branches. Put it here temporarily. We'll clean it up later. But anyway, we go just on this. Here we want to use the self-propel because we're going uphill, right? Go. Okay, a little faster. Let me slow it down a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. Stop here. Now let's check. You see, once we are in pickup mode, there's no debris left. But I see when the grass is tall, the cutting is not even. It's good, but it's not perfect. So let's give a try of the newer model, see if that's help a little bit. Let me pull out this grass for comparison litter. And here we mount this on. I believe they can share the same bag, right? Yeah, okay. So make a turn. Okay, self-propel again. Wait. Okay. Smooth and nice. Okay, right here. So let's try to pull back if there's a lock there. Seems like no lock. Take a look at this one. No lock either. Sometimes this one, the older model, tend to lock. But it may not be easier to replicate, but I like this cut actually. You see how even, right? If you look at this way, you see how even it is. Even without a bag, the result is comparable. This one on the left lane without the bag, you see left a lot of grasses on the ground. On the right, with the bag, there's no leftover, but you see it's not very even. Here, grass seems to be taller. If you look forward, the denser place, you see here, seems to be taller. So this is something I think the newer model really gave us better result. Let's compare with the grass. Take out the grass here. We pull them together side by side. By the way, both of them weigh about the same. 54.5 pounds. This one cut more grass. You see, it's picking power, probably that's what I'm talking, is stronger. You see, more much more, almost double the quantity on this older one. And if you look at the length of this grass, this is about 1.5 inches, some in 2 inches. This one about similar. This is inch, slightly finer on this one. Okay, so that's very much the comparison I want to do. If you have more things you want to know, let me know. But whether we can justify the price difference, $100 price difference between the two, it's up to you. But to me, I think it's worth it because better ergonomic, stronger torque, stronger, you know, brushless motor, higher torque, probably lasts longer as well. Double blade. So to sum up, I like the newer better, even though the older one is still a very good lawnmower. So thank you very much. That's all for today. Bye.